Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. I apologize for laughing. There's a message going on that you'll soon get to find out about. It's great to speak to you all, and thank you for spending time watching and listening live on A1R Radio. Firstly, I need to apologize for regular viewers. I've been absent for the last 3 or 4 weeks, but that's simply because the universe threw me I don't know if I can say the word shit, but it was a load of curveballs. Anyway, the universe threw me curveballs. I've dealt with those things. The key to that is not to identify or to think about those things too much. And that's, again, what I want to do tonight, continuing the theme of the mind and how the mind actually works and controls everything that we think and do and say and where we are now. So in my mind at the minute, I've just got the Macarena running around in my head. So if you'll just bear with me for 2 seconds, I need just to say, it's a bit of he, Macarena. That's for Dave. But so we'll carry on with a serious conversation. Okay, so over the last 3 or 4 weeks, the universe has thrown all kinds of stuff my way, and it's almost like a test. You know, this comes into your mind, and we sit and we go, oh my God, do I do this? Oh my God, do I do that? Oh my God, what about this? Good grief, what if I do that? And the reason that happens is it's about testing our resolve to be still and be silent. Once I got into the silent mode or mindfulness mode or meditation mode, things suddenly dissipate and the problem goes away because it's a mind-made problem. It's not the actual problem that you're faced with. It's the universe testing you in regards to how you deal with what's happening at that time in terms of, do I panic? Do I go with it? Do I fight it? Do I scream with it? Or do I just sit and be present and be in the now? And recently I've been doing research and I've got some interesting sort of examples of how the mind works that I can give to you. And these are Googleable. You know, we all know about social media, so I'm not saying anything that's not actually true or accurate. The figures I give you may well be kind of skew with or off the actual accuracy, because I'm speaking to you live now, present in the moment. I haven't got a script. I'm not quoting actual figures, but I can tell you specifically that what I will reveal to you can be Googleable. So bear with me in terms of the figures. But there was a test done, if you like, where the brain was compared to actual physical activity. And there were 2 sets of tests or examples, if you like, where one group of people were given little pinky finger exercises to do. And I know that's not the greatest thing in the world, but there was a group of 3 people, three sets of teams. One team were given exercises to do where they imagined that they were pulling a certain weight or a certain resistance. The second group were actually given the resistance to do, and the third group were given the exercises to do, but they didn't know what they were doing it for. And the results were quite astounding. The ones that were given the test to do where they were imagining or thinking about pulling the weight actually gained as much strength and resistance as the group pulling the actual weight itself. The third group, there was no significant increase or decrease because they were the test group, if you like, to monitor the other 2 against. So the second set of group were people given examples of weightlifting. So they were asked to do repetitions of weightlifting exercises, just simple, a 20 kilogram weight, doing curls, doing exercises, and it was exactly the same thing. The group that were imagining or thinking about lifting the weight but actually weren't gained as much power or slightly less power and as much muscle mass as the group using the weights themselves. The third one, they didn't have any kind of decrease or increase whatsoever. So it was proven that because the mind or the brain, as I've said before many times, it doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction. The brain thought the group thinking about lifting that weight, the brain actually believed it was lifting that weight because it didn't know the difference. So it sent out the neural pathways, it sent out the messages to the cellular level, if you like, for that muscular form to grow because it believed, it thought it was being told through the mind, through the thought, that it was lifting that weight. The group that were lifting the weight, they knew what they were doing, so the mind wasn't involved. That was more of a physical thing. And the third group weren't actually involved at all. So it comes back to what the mind can conceive. What it can conceive, or if you can believe it, we can do it. If we're going down that road of what can we say and what can we do, we have to think about what we're saying to ourselves. And interestingly, having done that research and having gone walkabout for 3 or 4 weeks, I was thinking to myself, I need to speak more about what we say to ourselves and what we think about what we're talking to, what we're doing with each other. So, bizarrely enough, I had a client today and we were talking, and this client, and I won't mention the name or the gender, but they'd been in quite a serious long-term relationship, which suddenly and abruptly came to a halt. We were talking about the situation, and this person was saying, what if I do this? What if I email that? What if I send this message? What if I send that message? And I said, no, Lee, what we need to do is we need to leave it. And we've all been told before, if you love something enough, let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be. If it doesn't come back, it never was truly yours. So let it go. The last conversation that was had was an email saying, don't contact me again. And I said, okay, just let it go. If you love that person, just think about the future. Imagine the future with that person. See yourself moving forward and having a great life with that person. Imagine that that is the case. Like we're imagining that we're lifting a 20-kilo weight. The brain will create that vibration. It will reach out to the universe. It will reach out to the law of attraction. So we had a conversation. There were lots of things about why we should and why we shouldn't and what we didn't want to do and what we really felt like we had to do. But we said, leave it. I got a phone call later on this afternoon saying that a text message had been received from the person that had blocked my client, wanted nothing more to do with that person, wanted no further conversation, and absolutely no intention of continuing the relationship. That person said to me, my client said to me, I've received a text message saying that the partner, let's say, needed to deliver something to the address, to drop off an item of belongings that were left over from the relationship. When that item was dropped off, my client offered a coffee, which was refused, and clearly the door was closed and it was finished. 5 minutes later, the person delivering the item turned up at the door, knocked on, and said, if the coffee's still available, I'd like to have the coffee. The long and short of it is, by not forcing the issue, as I said before, the Chinese say, do nothing and nothing remains undone. By not forcing the issue, by not chasing that dream, but by simply sending out the messages to the universe, by sending out the images of a future event, by vibrating with that level, the law of attraction brought that couple back together. I was told there was no hope. I was told it was over. I was told the email had said, don't contact me ever again. I'm an ex-police officer, so I know what stalking's about and I know what people that get harassed is about. So I explained to my client, just let it go. And it was let go. And then within a couple of hours, there was a message, a contact, a meeting, and now there's a conversation ongoing. Because it's about not forcing yourself into the universe. It's about not forcing yourself. You know, in the Bible, Jesus said, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be open, ask and you shall receive. These are not verbalized statements. These are energy statements. These are universal statements. This is really what I want to leave you with tonight. I want to say thank you for tuning in, but keep your mind clear, be still, be in the moment. Do not force yourself into the universe. Be present and be mindful. Check me out on Long Road to Richmond, and I'll catch you all next week. Thank you for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's great to be back, and I'll see you all soon.